Hey, Conrad, congratulations on reprising your role of Benigno Aquino here in Here Lies Love, now on Broadway. So
Thank you.
tell me how is doing the role now, 2023, compared to doing it in 2013 off Broadway?
Oh, well, a lot of things have changed. I feel like because I did it 10 years ago, I've been able to now go dig deeper into the role, really be more specific with everything that I'm doing in my performance. 10 years older, I've had more life experience to draw upon to play Ninoy, who's obviously he's not a character, he's a real life person. And spending more time with him, watching videos and reading more of his memoirs, have been really helpful. And then also just being, living more life myself. I'm married now, and I know what it's like uh, to be married and to commit your life to someone. So, his sacrifice, the things he sacrificed for his family, I know what that means what that cost him a little bit more now than I did when I was in my early 30s playing the role and still single.
So why do you think it is so important that the younger generation will know about this story?
Oh, I mean, I think it's, again, you asked like, what's the difference between now and 2023 doing it 10 years ago? 10 years ago, the 2016 election hadn't happened in America. And I think we've learned how precious and fragile democracy can be. And that's what Here Lies Love is about. How blindly following an idol, a leader, without questioning them, without demanding the truth, and without demanding facts, and without demanding where the money is going. We're seeing it play out now in our own country, and we saw it play out with the Marcoses as well. So I think it's important to learn from that history so it doesn't repeat itself.
Mhm. But in 2013, the president was Noynoy Aquino, and now we have Ferdinand Marcos' son, Bongbong. Do you think the perception of the people will change due to the political climate in the Philippines, or it doesn't really matter?
I hope it just makes people pay attention to what's happening. In no matter what country people that people are living in, when they come and see the show, because it again, democracy is really fragile. Like it's not something we can take for granted. So yeah, we have to demand answers from our leaders. We have to demand truth and facts from our leaders, and we have to educate ourselves about what's really going on, and not just taking at face value the people that we have in office.
Mhm. And in your research about Benigno Aquino, what did you learn about this man, and how can you relate to him, or do you even relate to him?
Oh gosh, I mean, watching the videos of Ninoy, he's got such an open spirit. He's always, even in times where he was really in distress in his life, he's so jovial and has so much joy. And then when he's talking impassioned about, freeing the Filipino people and having uh, a democracy in the Philippines, he becomes almost somebody else when he's talking about those issues. And also just reading and learning about somebody who it goes against every natural instinct for self-preservation to speak up against somebody who is taking democracy away, for lack of a better word, to speak up against a dictator. And he did that, and it cost him everything. It cost him his family at first, it cost him his freedom at first, and then it ultimately cost him his life. But I think he knew that if he didn't do it, then this could go on for decades and decades. And just to learn about a human being that is giving up their own well-being for the good of everyone else and for the cause of freedom and justice is really inspiring.
Mhm. And this is a breakthrough musical because it's an all Filipino cast and then produced by a lot of Filipino talents from her to Lea Salonga,
Yeah,
Jokoy, Clint
yeah,
Ramos, and everybody. So what's the
yeah.
significance for you about this play?
I mean, it's the first time I feel like we've ever been able to fully celebrate specifically our Filipino heritage, our Filipino-ness. And that feels like that's something that uh, every one of us in the cast, we've never been able to do before with a show. You know, we've been a part of like all Asian casts before, but it's never been specifically telling a story where our parents came from, and or in some cases in the cast where we came from as well. It means it means it's the most special show I've ever been a part of.
Mhm. And in 2013, you had Rudy and Miles to have as Imelda, and now you have Ariel Jacobs. Talk about working with Ariel as Imelda.
I mean, she is just one of the most talented human beings that I've ever come across. In terms of she's so challenging in a lot of these scenes where she pushes me to be a better actor, and also her voice is just one of the most glorious voices that I have ever heard ever on a stage. So yeah, it's been such a treat to work opposite of her, and also because I've done the show so many times and so long ago, she keeps me on my toes and keeps it fresh for me as well. She's challenging me in ways that I never thought I would be challenged in this show, because I think it's easy to get too comfortable in something that you've done a lot, uh, many times, for many years. So she's definitely challenging me in that way.
Mhm. And what do you look forward to working with Lea Salonga as your mother, Aurora Aquino?
Oh my gosh. I mean, such a legend. I mean, she really paved the way for all of us as Filipinos, and as Filipino performers. So to be able to share a stage with her is just, I mean, I never thought I would be able to in my wildest dreams. And now like being able to is just such a gift to all of us, really, because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her.
Mhm. And you started previews already. What challenges have you encountered and how are you overcoming them?
I mean, it's the same with doing any show 8 times a week on Broadway. It's just a matter, like, I'm so tired because we're also still in rehearsal during the day.
Yeah.
Like, I get off the phone with you right now, and then an hour from now, we start rehearsal again
Mhm.
on the notes that they have from last night's show. And we do that for the next month until July 20th. So really, it's just, getting a lot of sleep, eating well, hydrating, yeah, and yeah, just trying to sleep as much as possible.
And it's also very physical because you do a lot of jumping on the stage, running around. So how do you keep fit?
Oh yeah, no, I know my body is keeping that score. My body is like, oh gosh, but yeah, I've been going. Even though I've been tired, I've been making myself go to the gym and train, even when I'm not on stage and working on the show, just to build up that endurance and build up that strength. So doing cardio and strength training every day, even when I don't want to do it.
And they say that a lot of Phil-ums don't know anything about People's Power Revolution. What do you know about the People's Power Revolution?
I mean, I know that the spark of it was Ninoy's assassination when he was returning to the Philippines, to, try to break up this stronghold that Marcos had over the country, that he was, changing laws so that he could stay in power forever. And I know that happened in 1983, and then that sparked the People Power Revolution that happened in 1986. That it was completely peaceful, which is amazing. And yeah, that everybody rose up together and demanded their democracy back, demanded their freedom back. And yeah, I feel like we learn a lot about revolutions that have a lot of violence in them, but the fact that this was a completely peaceful revolution is the thing that always strikes me, and the thing that always just brings me to tears is that yeah, it was a non-violent revolution, and that everyone was like behind it.
Well, thank you very much, Conrad, and
Yeah,
I hope to watch the show again on
yeah, please
opening
come
night.
back. Come back and be on the dance floor next time.
Yes, this time on the floor.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Have a good day today. Thank you.
Thanks, you too, Janet. Bye.
Okay, goodbye.